These are some additional considerations on the dominant chords coming from the octatonic diminished scale. And the first one is just a basic sequence. That's B flat, or excuse me, B, A flat, F, and B flat. Voice exchange, B goes to B flat and vice versa, B flat, A flat, F, and B flat. Then planing up, B flat, excuse me, B, B flat, A flat, and D flat. And then a voice exchange between B flat and A flat. So you get a scale fragment on top, B flat, and both chords are just voice exchanged to produce the sequence, etc. So that's a useful way to use a scale fragment, and all those can be altered as well. For instance, this could progress to that one instead. So the last chord, instead of being a voice exchange, could be that. Instead of B, B flat, A flat, and D flat, it could be D flat, B, F, and D, and maybe with G, and then the resolution. So either works, but that's a good way to use a scale fragment. There are many other ways, but that's a good way to give an example of voice exchange and also scale fragments in these. The next one is, of course, the sharp 9 that we saw here, but now we have it going in this direction. This is a B, A flat, D, and G. If we exchange the outer voices, we get this sort of a G7 or a G. There is a G7 with a lowered ninth, so we have B, A flat, D, and G. We exchange B's and G's. We get G, A flat, D, and B, which is a G flat 9. The F can come in, of course, but also it can collapse to this 13th chord, B flat, A flat, D, and G. So a sequence can evolve from that. And this sort of, and that's a nice sequence. Okay, so that works the same way. Voice exchange, and then the voice is collapsing. Also, one of the earlier voicings, which is like a 13 sharp 11 voicing, is movable as well. D flat, B, G, and B flat. So this sort of is D flat voicing, typical resolution. So this is a D flat, and of course it can voice exchange this. So this is D flat, B, G, and B flat, and of course it can move its way up to E, E, D, B flat, and D flat, and then the top voice can stretch back for the resolution, and any of those can work. So those are fine. Those work really well, actually, for a resolution. And again, E, maybe going to E flat or E flat minor, and the same here. So D flat to C minor works okay as well. And just one final consideration is a sequence from the B flat triad over the B, in which sometimes the bottom two voices move easily. So these sevenths move to another seventh. So the scale itself has a major seventh followed by a minor 7, and then sequence. That works really well. So what you have is B, B flat, F, and D, moving to this is like a diminished major 7, moving to a D flat, flat 9 chord. Again, moving up in minor thirds to an E, and then a G, and then perhaps resolving to a G. Either a G flat major or a G flat minor is fine, either one. But those are just some additional considerations on the altered dominant chords that emanate from the diminished scale. 1, 2, 4, 6, and in D flat, B flat, E, and G.